Just when the caterpillar thought that the world was over, it became a butterfly.
I love this quote because I've just been thinking a lot about uh, the way we transform and how I have been holding up a mirror and seeing that transformation happen and acknowledging, and I have been able to embrace that transformation. And I just want to say happy Earth Day. It is Earth Day every day. We had Earth Day on Monday, but the truth is that um, it our Earth is our home, so we need to celebrate it and honor it each day. And it's a good reminder, especially with this topic of embracing the transformation through the understanding of who we are. Thank you for being here. I obviously have a drink. I have a sparkling water, and I just been loving this kind of, I don't know how to say that. It's so good. It's like my favorite sparkling water. So I'm gonna take a sip, and if you have a drink, take a sip with me, and we'll get started on this topic about embracing the transformation through the understanding of who we are. I have been thinking all about this and writing all about it, and this week I was not going to do a YouTube, but I have to. It has to come out and I have to share it, and I'm so excited to be here. So, a lot of us are transforming, and the truth is that every day we are changing, and we see that happening not only to us humans, but in nature. All around us. And here in Texas, there is this beautiful flower, the blue bonnets, and they're out in the wild, right? Like they're wildflowers, and they only last for about 3 to 4 weeks. In the springtime. So you really have to pay attention to see them. You really have to like stay under those weeks so that you can uh, like I did, take pictures or enjoy them, see them. Like you really have to pay attention to that beauty that is happening for only 3 to 4 weeks, and then it ends, and then other flowers come out. Some yellow ones, some pink ones, purple ones. So it those end, but then others come out. So a lot of it is a reflection, and this is my belief of us. That there, if we pay attention, that the world outside of us functions similar to us, right? To us humans and what happens inside of us. There is this belief that I hope that um, it it really, if you want to see the change, it starts with us. It starts inside of us, so that you can see the results outside of us, like relationships. You really have to go inward and see that relationship that you have with yourself, and then most likely that relationship you have with yourself, you have it with others, like the same type of relationship. So really working on the relationship with yourself self is going to support the relationship that you have with others. The same thing with our environment. However it is that we are in the inside, and however it is that we keep our inside is also a reflection of our outsides, if that makes sense. So I always say the work is inward first, so that we can really start to see the results externally. So how do we go about embracing all the transformations that happen? Because, like I mentioned earlier, when we think about these flowers that only last a certain amount of times, I really believe that as humans, we also have certain part of ourselves that only come for a season, that only lasts 3 to 4 weeks or maybe a month or two. And if we don't have this mirror that or this acknowledgement or knowledge about who we are, then we can miss those things about ourselves. And we can just kind of go about our lives and be like, oh yeah. And some of the things that I'm kind of thinking about is that we are complex human beings, and we are also simple. So there is like this, like those blue bonnets, right? They only last those 3 to 4 weeks, and we know that if we pay attention. So that's a simple thing to know. But then if we don't pay attention, it's like, oh, now I have this flower, it's a blue bond. It's like all these changes, right? And as humans, it's like we also have those complex changes. If we're not paying attention, it can become very complex. And it's okay, right? That's a human experience, but it can be really simple if you start going inward, if you start paying attention to these themes, to who we are, who we are being in the moment. And I truly believe that nature is a reflection of us. So when we start paying attention in the inside, we also start seeing those things in the outside as well. Um, so if you want to start embracing yourself, here are some things that I think we as humans should all be doing. And they're simple things, and accessible things to everybody. And the first one is kind of, for some, not as accessible as others, but the other ones are. And I'm gonna say, I say that because the first one is therapy. I acknowledge that therapy is not out there for everybody, but there is different kinds of therapy, and finding a unique way or a therapy that works for you is so important. Therapy is not only finding a professional, but there's other forms that can probably work for you, because someone once told me like therapy doesn't work for me, but then I do this and that, and nature can be part of therapy. Water, like I've seen all these things that are therapeutic, and there is not just one way. So finding your own, if you don't have access to a professional, to a therapist, right now at the moment, then finding something that benefits you, like journaling or other forms, can be really helpful for you to really start to see yourself of who you are right now in this moment. And this is continuous work, right? Like the transformation continues to happen as humans and as in nature. So, uh, knowing who we are is an everyday thing, because every day we are changing. So, therapy. And the second one is movement. Allow yourself to practice movement. You are energy, and energy needs to be transformed, released. So, moving your body is gonna always support you in this journey of releasing, like of really embracing that person that you are today. And it doesn't have to look like a workout or like a workout class, right? Where it's like rigid, but it can also be fun, like dancing. I love riding bikes, so I love going on the bike on bike rides, walking in nature. Nature is the center of all of this, right? Like even therapy for some, like I'm going back to the first one, it can be gardening, like spending time with like uh, um, with your garden, with your plants, with nature. Okay, so then the third one is eating well and sleeping well. And I put those together because having a nutritious food, hydrating, and not like over drinking caffeine or alcoholic beverages or things that are not doing as well, or a lot of sugar, can really allow for sleeping, like for our sleeping to be well, right? So like nourishing ourselves and making sure that we're sleeping is important. And I think those two go together, because when I find myself not eating nutritious foods, or maybe drinking too much caffeine, then I find that my sleep is not well. So like I think those two are connected. So making sure that you're prioritizing that can really support you in being more in tune with who you are and how you are transforming. And then uh, the last one is talking nicely to yourself, honoring yourself, being compassionate to yourself. The way we speak our world is really shaping our beliefs, and it's really giving us what the results that we want. So it all starts with the way that we speak to ourselves. And that's not only or through words, but like through our thoughts and what we think about ourselves. So if you need support in any of this, send me a message, follow me on Instagram. I do hold a journaling community, and I think journaling has truly allowed me to be more in tune and aware of who I am every day, or if some want to say like who you're becoming. And that has allowed me to embrace myself, to really show up as a version of myself that I am. And so if you want to be part of a community, and that was I didn't mention that one, but that is the last thing. Surround yourself with community and be in community and find your people, because there is so many people out there, but not all those people belong in our space, in our ecosystem. So make sure your ecosystem is filled with a community that nourishes you, that supports you, because that support that you give to others, a lot of you that are watching are very supportive, are always holding space for all of those in your community. So having that same support back is important. So thank you so much for tuning in, and um, I was called to share this message with all of you. I was about not to make a YouTube video, like I said earlier, but it was truly coming to me to share. So embrace who you are, and I truly believe nature is a reflection of us. So the work starts inside of us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching my videos, for engaging. If you are called to share this message, then do so. It would mean so much to me, your support, whatever that is, a like, a subscription, a sharing, a comment. So thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to be in your space, to share my voice with you. And remember to be authentically and unapologetically you, and to choose you and your dreams para siempre, para siempre, para siempre. Adios, and have a beautiful day.